Hello, my beautiful, beautiful souls, and welcome to yet another episode, another live show of the Tash Talk Show, which, happy Friday. That's what I just want to start with. Happy Friday and happy September, because this is going to be the most incredible month ever. And if you're in my world, whether you are over on my Instagram, or you've come and you've joined the tribe membership site, or you're in one of my courses, or you've joined Conscious Coach, or you're one of my one-on-one beauties, then I just want to say this to you. This month is going to be epic. Like, there's just a different energy around it. And we are showing up in a whole different way. This isn't about us playing small anymore. This isn't about us allowing our limiting beliefs to take hold of us, of who we are, what we stand for, our potential, what we actually want to achieve, because everything that's inside of you, on your heart right now, those desires are yours and they're there for a reason. And that reason is because it's truth. And what I believe, if we live in a multi-universe, and what I mean by this is the fact you have these desires on your heart means that your higher self, on a different energetic level, on a different vibration, is already living these out. She's already driving the car that you want. She's already making the money that you desire to make. She's already creating the impact. She's already got the income. Like, she's already living that free, centered, connected, regulated life that you are visualizing right now. You're journaling around, you're working towards making that happen. And that's why we have desires. That's why they're on our hearts, because all we need to do is we're just vibrating at a different level. And they're kind of like this. This is your higher self and this is your current self. And what we need to do is bridge that energetic gap, which is the work, which is the subconscious shifting work. So what has been going on in the behind the scenes of NCC HQ? Well, something really exciting. And I can't talk about it right now because we're just about to get it over the line, but I will definitely be celebrating this pretty big, badass move. As I set out an intention for my business of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to see the business grow and how I wanted to impact more people. And this is definitely going to facilitate this. So it's huge for Team NCC, absolutely huge. So I'm really excited about that. We are, of course, in the middle of launching Conscious Coach. So I'm really excited. I love having these conversations in the DMs. So, if you do have a question about Conscious Coach, then yes, slide into my DMs and ask me what that question is. Or maybe you just want the link and you're like, I need this. I want this. I desire this. It's yours. I love speaking to the women that are coming into my DMs and they're telling me about those limiting beliefs that are coming up for them and what they want to shift. And they've got such really potent questions about, Conscious Coach. I'm like, yes, this is exactly why I created this. And it's so needed. And I feel like the universe is delivering more and more and more examples of why this work is so important. So I'm reading the Stephen Bartlett book, which, let me just get it for you right here. The Diary of a CEO. I've literally just started. I think I'm like 39 pages into it. But what's really apparent for someone that is hugely successful and has, I think, 5 different businesses, that has raised millions, created a life beyond his wildest dreams, and has influenced the most biggest companies like Apple and TikTok, right? He's somebody we're going to listen to, okay? He knows about business, he knows about success. And in these 33 laws, because he does the podcast, the Diary of a CEO, the podcast, he talks to very influential, very successful people. And in these conversations, he spent over 700 hours in interviews. He has then kind of created and cultivated these 33 laws. And what's really, really, really apparent is how much mindset is a part of it. Like, one of the laws that he breaks down, the most important part of mastery is self-mastery. He's like, you can have the strategy, you can have the absolute amazing plan, you can have the business map all mapped out. But if you actually don't have that mastery on yourself, your beliefs, they will be your downfall. They will be the reason you don't succeed. And I'm like, yes, more people need to be talking about this, because of course strategy is important. And you hear me talk about this. And I think I'm in a really good position to be able to talk about this, because as a business coach, I respect and understand the power and the importance of strategy, 1,000,000%. But because of that, that's why I think I'm even more in a more better position as a business coach to tell you the importance of mindset, to tell you the importance of your belief system, and actually breaking them down, having the awareness of what actually is going on. And the universe just keeps delivering. Then I got an email from somebody talking about how she grew her Instagram to this many numbers, and she's like, it's all down to my subconscious work that I've worked with my coach with. And I'm like, yes, this is so important that we need to be opening up our confirmation bias to. So it really cements the importance of doing that belief work on ourselves. Really, really, really important. So as we dive into this, and I think it just gets me even more excited then, because I've got Conscious Coach, to be able to go, I have got you. I want to help you. I want to hold you. I want to do this together with you. And that's the beauty of the work that I do, is especially in Conscious Coach and with my one-on-ones, it's really about kind of allowing me to whisper what I need to the subconscious minds to get it on board. And even I had a power hour this week. I have actually two, but one of them that came to mind was I messaged her the next day and said, like, how you feel? Like, she couldn't believe that she had this belief for so long. We were able to clear it and shift it, right, in our 90 minutes together. And afterwards I checked in with her just to make sure. She was like, completely gone. Like, it's absolutely gone. I feel amazing, right? And this is just the power of when you really get to the nitty gritty, the deep growth work of subconscious work, like what can come from it. Because I remember when I first started my business, my main goal was to make money. My main goal was to make enough money to be able to pay my bills, right? In what I was making modeling. And really, as you grow, as you then make that money, and that's great, you then really understand the importance of clarity in your mind, like having a clear mind. I remember when the money struggles would like keep me up all night and give me anxiety around it. I remembered I would be triggered by someone ghosting me or saying no, or spending a time on a call with them, and then they turn around, they didn't have the money, and I take it personally. Like, I spent so long self-sabotaging and allowing the industry and allowing the business to take parts of me away, when what I'm here to do is change the game and say, you can run a business from the basis of pleasure, from the basis of actually feeling good. And it, you know, business gets to be fun, it gets to be light. And don't ever underestimate the importance of having clarity in your mind, like just having a clear head where it's not consumed and full of things that are actually stopping you from achieving those dreams, those limiting beliefs. Like, imagine what you would achieve if you didn't have those limiting beliefs, if you could just clear them. That's why my clients say, I feel lighter, I feel clearer, I feel shifted. Okay, isn't that the dream? Because when you think about when you're able to clear that down and you feel lighter and you feel shifted, guess what? You then can shift in, you have space, you have the capacity for joy, energies, intuition, problem solving. You have the energy to be creative and sit there and go, oh, I'm going to create some content, and oh, I'm just going to, and you have structured for your week, so you know what you're doing. Like, that's the beauty of really kind of working on your mindset. And then once you shift that, of course, that is how you create consistent clients. That's how you create consistent revenue streams. That is how you create consistency in your business, which, being consistent gets a real kind of bad rap, doesn't it? Like, you know, when your personal trainer says you've got to be consistent, you're like, you're just like, oh, so easy, isn't it? You just say it so easily. I wish it was that easy. But it's creating those new habits. It's creating those new neuropaths in your brain. You know, our mind is made up neuroplasticity. Like, of course it can change, it can stretch, it can rewire. Like, you know, neurons that fire together wire together. And that's what we want to do. We want to create a new neuropathway, new confirmation bias, a new identity that you step into, that of course, once you're able to shift through these blocks and these beliefs that you can't hold money and you can't make money, the money that you desire, and you can't invest, and what if you could believe that money can hold you and money can support you, and money is just energy and it's just a byproduct, and if it doesn't come through that client, it comes through another client, it just continuously gets to flow. Once you're able to shift through those blocks and see things for what they actually are, Well, of course, money flows. Of course, you become a magnet then for clients. They want to slide into your DMs and be like, oh my goodness, like I freaking want to work with you, right? And I always thought that was in the strategy. What's the magic strategy that gets clients to come into your DMs? What's the magic strategy to make consistent cash months? What's the strategy? Now, the strategy just carries the energy. It's kind of like the vehicle, but you have got to have mastered self, your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, your blocks that are keeping you stuck right now from those next cash months, from those next influx of clients, from you selling out your mastermind or your membership or your online course or your group program. It's all coming from here. And it's something that, you know, we can get stuck in the I'm stuck cycle. Okay. It's not working cycle. We can get stuck there. And I want you to do this little exercise for me, because what's happening right now in your brain is you've got something which is called the confirmation bias. Okay. And what that does is it works, kind of goes to work very, very quickly on whatever that thought and that belief is. So if you have got that thought and belief that it's not working, okay, what's your confirmation bias going to do then is give you all the evidence, ding, 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 like that, gather them all up to show you to go, yeah, you're right. Confirmation bias. Yeah. Okay, great. It's not working. Brilliant. Then guess what happens? You just go in like a downward spiral of it's not working. So of course you're looking for all the things that are not working. So of course, all the things that you're seeing are the things that are not working, right? So what we actually want to do is I want you to zoom in, but I want you to zoom in not from a place of emotions and feelings and thoughts. I want you to zoom in on facts, data. Okay, that's what I want you to look at. I'm just going to open the window. So that's what I want us to focus in, is the facts and the data, right? And the stats. That's what we're going to look in. So I want you to ask yourself, what actually isn't working? Like, instead of just doing a big, it's not working. Okay, but what? Let's get clear. What actually isn't working? And don't tell me everything, because everything is not working, right? If there is something like, okay, it's my social media, or it's my calls, or it's my mindset, or what actually is it? Like, get so crystal clear on it. What isn't working? Then I want you to look at what actually about that isn't working. So if you said to me, Tash, my social media isn't working. Okay, what about your social media that isn't working? Is it the consistency? Is it the messaging? Is it what the different content that you're actually posting? Is it that you're not speaking to your ideal client? Like, what actually is it? Like, put the glasses on as a third person and analyze an overview of what actually isn't working. Because then what we want to do is we want to strategically look at it from a way of what can we adapt, change, amend, or tweak. Forget the emotion side of it. Like, get your business head on, get your CEO head on, where it looks at it and it goes, okay, what actually about this that isn't working? Right. How can we tweak this? How can I change this? How can I look at this? Like, look at your stats. If it's your social media, like, look at the stats of the posts that went viral, that done really, really well. And it doesn't even matter about so much of the likes and those types of vanity metrics. Look at like what got the most DMs. Like, lots of my social media posts on the outside might not look done well, but I look at the posts of what actually got me into conversations of DMs, like what posts actually got people into going, oh my God, I want to join Conscious Coach. I want to work with you one-on-one. Like, that to me is a post that's working. Okay. So on the outside, you can look at it and go, it's not working because it got 10 likes. Okay. But is it really not working? Because let's analyze this further. And funny enough, I've done this with one of my one-on-one clients. She was like, it's not working, Tash. So we looked into it. And then from one post, she got 6 inquiries and she converted 3 of those. I think it is working, right? And there's going to be things that are not working. We looked at her social media, and for example, we had to tweak her messaging because she was going back to speak to her old client, like her old ideal client, was we needed to position her in a different light. So she needed to kind of keep being nudged into there because her brain wants to go to comfort. So it's always going to revert back. So what actually isn't working? And then when you look at that, where then can you get the help or delegate or learn? That's what you need to ask yourself. So you're looking at the problem. You don't want to then spend your time just constantly looking at the problem. You want to look at it and go, okay, right, what can I actually adapt and change here? What do I need to learn? Maybe it's actually, I don't know if this messaging is correct. Okay, well, if I hire help with my coach or join a program or whatever it may be, I can then learn and then adapt it that way, right? So that's what I want you to zoom in for, not the emotions and the thoughts and the feelings. No. Then I want you to zoom out. And when we zoom out, I want you to look at What actually is working? Do an overview, an overhaul of your life and your business. And I want you to write down everything that is working. We want to give our confirmation bias all the reasons of why it is working, so it looks for more things. Because right now you're convincing yourself of what isn't working. So guess what? You're getting more of that. So we want to actually switch it up and look for what everything that is working. Okay, list it out. And then I want you to look at, how does it feel that all this is working? How does it feel? Like, express the emotions, the sensations that are in your body. Okay. Again, another one. How does it feel now that you got help, or that you tweaked, or you learned X, Y, and Z to be able to fix the above issues? You know, it's now working. What does that feel like? Okay. So we're going to zoom in to the strategy, the data, the analytics, the stats, like the actual facts. And then we're going to zoom out so we can see everywhere else that is actually working. This will absolutely change the game for you when it comes to a little hack to create more success. Okay. Let me share with you a little example of my fitness journey. So I have a desire, very strong desire, of what I want my outcome to be and what I want my outcome to feel like, what I want it to look like, and most importantly, feel like. So I've got the visualization, I've got the journaling down, I've got the picture mentally in my head of what I'm going to look like, what I'm going to feel like. But now that's not enough. Like, I can't just sit and just meditate on that, or visualize that, or say affirmations that I'm so fit and toned and got a peachy ass, and that's actually going to get me there. No, I've then actually got to take the action, right? So I've got to show up as her. Like I mentioned before, my higher self is already living that. She's already looking like that. She's already feeling like that. So I'm just bridging that gap. So I have to then show up as her. What does she do? Okay, well, she commits to training. I've joined like a challenge with my sister that gives me accountability every single day. I've got that commitment to wake up and show up, right? So I'm fueling my body. I'm taking really good care of it in regards to what I'm feeding it, what I'm fueling it, what I'm drinking. I'm making sure that I'm drinking more water than I've ever done before. I'm really aware, and my balance, for example, like, we love to eat out as a family. Like, we love to eat out. We love to like go to our local sushi place. We love to, anywhere we're going, we just love eating out, which is incredible. But then you then got to be mindful of what it is. Every day is not a party. Every day is not a holiday, right? So I really want to fuel my body. So, and balance is really important to me. I'm not one that's going to be on a strict diet, no, or like not drink or those types of things, no. But balance is really important. So I'm fueling it. I'm also taking care of my body in regards to walks, rest, Epsom salt baths, massages, stretching. I'm making that a priority, whereas it wasn't so much a priority before. Why? Because that's my higher self. She freaking shows up as that. That's how she shows up. You know, I'm researching new bikinis that I want to wear, new summer stuff. I'm researching the destinations that I want to travel to next year. I'm looking at and buying the Boss outfits for all my next in-person events, right? So I'm already acting and showing up as her, as she was doing it. Now, let's get real. I don't see that result right now, but I'm not in the game that I've got to see it to believe it. I'm in the game that I believe it and then I see it. Be it and you'll see it. Okay. So I'm sitting into the feelings of the outcome of what my body shape's going to look like, how it's going to feel, how it's going to move differently, how it's going to support me, my back, how my core being so freaking strong and my bum so tight that it's kind of realigning the way it's able to hold the structure of all the pins and metal that's in my body, in my back. Okay. So I'm already being that. I'm looking in the mirror and having those feelings of satisfaction, of prideness. You know, I'm so proud. I'm so strong. Like, I'm looking cute. I'm looking hot. Look at that booty, right? So I'm already there. So just because my current reality isn't showing that to me, how do I expect it to show up? It's not just going to magically appear. It's going to start with me feeling into that desire. It's going to me tapping into those the emotions and sensations of it already being here. My higher self, she's already achieving it. She's sitting there, she's living it out. So I then need to marry those together. And then I need to show up. I need to take the actions as if her, because I do this in all areas of my life. Let's say when it comes to business, I make decisions, business decisions, as investing, hiring, joining programs, working with coaches, those types of things, from the decisions of my higher self, not my current self. Okay, I'm always making decisions as my higher self, and your body and your health and workouts and exercise is no exception to that rule. Okay, you have got to be it until you see it. So what I want you to do is I kind of want you to do an inventory of your life and your business, and go through that exercise. If you're feeling like it's not working, go through that exercise. But with this inventory, I kind of want you to look at where in your life do you want to change and improve, how you want it to feel, and then what actions are you taking as your higher self in order for you to bridge that gap. You've got to look at it as a CEO, and a CEO is able to look at her business. Okay. And this is why I schedule into my month so many days where I'm actually just working on the business, not in it, because we can be so busy in a business that we then don't even get time to think strategically, think about the bigger vision, think about how we're going to grow and scale the business, investing into working with your coach to actually work on you, right? Because we get so busy. We're so busy in our day-to-day of our business, the social media, like the marketing, managing your team, working one-on-one with your clients, working in your group programs, your memberships, your courses, like all of these things, that sometimes it can kind of just run away with you. And then you don't even get time to kind of have that CEO time. Put it into your diary. Like if it's important, give it an appointment. Like everything in my diary has, whether it's Santiago's football classes, to date night, to me time, to working out, to working on this business, working on that business, like it all goes into my diary. So how I commit and I show up to my clients, I show up for myself. How I commit and show up on my social media, I commit and show up to my exercise routine. Like it's important. How we do one thing, we do it all. You need to show up as that CEO. You are the CEO of your freaking business. Own it. Act like it. Treat it like that. Amen. Thank you so much for joining Tash Talks live show, live TEDx talk. I hope you felt it's been really inspiring and motivating. Please do slide into my DMs. Tell me what your takeaways were from this. If you want some information about joining Conscious Coach, we start the end of this month for a 6-week transformational live program where you get weekly live coaching calls, you get weekly transformational content to your personal portal, plus a private podcast feed so that you can literally just plug me in to your ears anytime you need that shift, anytime you need that buzz, that motivation, that coach. I'm here for you. I've got you. This is about us subconsciously shifting our way to that next level of success. Remember, you are a freaking badass. Don't forget the podcast is out today, so don't forget to download that, listen to that. Don't forget to follow, rate, send me a DM and tell me your thoughts. I love you. Go and freaking smash the rest of this week because you are a badass. Bye-bye.